Today is a good day. In case you couldn't tell by all these little stud things and the cylinders sticking out, I got some engine parts in the mail today. Was online on lunch, got an email, bing, like, oh, CB Performance has shipped your parts and they have arrived in Canada. So, CB has cylinder barrel shims, part number 1285, that are 90 thou thick. I already got the two installed on the engine side, and then I also got EMPI's 30 thou thick head shims, which gives me another 120 thou headspace on the engine. Got some sort of weird glare there. Yeah. And that 120 thou is going to add to the 50 thou that I already got with the deck height of the pistons to the cylinders, and give me a compression ratio close to about 6.1 to 1. 53cc chamber heads, 50 thou deck height, plus another 120 thou shim. You can math it out if you really want. Let me know if I'm wrong, because yeah, that'll suck. I also have, you might have seen in one of my previous videos, all my piston cylinders laid out. I got the rings set for every piston cylinder. That's why they're labeled number 2, number 1. I got 3 and 4 inside. Right now I'm only doing half of this engine because it's freaking late. I work long-ish hours. So yeah, it took me a long time to actually get everything set up for you guys. I probably would have already had it done had I not done this for you. So let's get to her. Yeah. So arrows pointing forwards, engine forward. No, but vehicle forward, whatever. And you might notice I got the pistons just hanging out of the bottom. And what that allows me to do is not run a ring compressor while I'm trying to assemble everything. I did pre-lube just about everything, I think, I hope. So all I'm using for lube on this is some liquid moly 2050. It's what I ran in the engine last year. I don't know if I'm going to run it this year. Didn't have any complaints about it, but because all my problems were mechanical. So snap ring pliers, inside set. Don't try to use a screwdriver or anything. Harbor Freight if you're in the US, Princess Auto if you're Canadian. Yeah, then just pop your snap ring in after you push your piston pin in. Maybe. Come on. I am by no means a professional engine builder. I have assembled some pretty decent running engines in my day. Nothing too crazy on power. I think the most I've ever done personally is around 600 horse. It was a LS, and that legitimately was just a assembly. Everything was already spec'd out. We just pulled it apart to make sure everything was good, and then put a Magnuson supercharger on it. So yeah, I got barrel shims down. I'm not running gaskets in this, and it's because my block has a bit of corrosion. So instead of running gaskets, I'm running high temp copper RTV, and I'm hoping that that's going to be enough flex. Oh, come on now, don't be a dirty hooah. There we go. Yeah, so as you can see, there we go. I already got the snap ring installed. I got the wrist pin in. The cylinder's just hanging just barely above the wrist pin. And this makes all of my assemblies, I don't want to say smoother or easier, but make it smoother and easier, so. Hopefully. I say that as I have difficulties. That's great. There we go. Your wrist pins should just slide freely. Well, not like super loose freely, but freely enough that you're not beating them in or forcing them in. They are full floaters, hence the snap rings for retainers. Yep. Come on. So yeah, I RTV'd both sides of the 90 thou shims. I got them against the block right now. And I'm gonna do, in the most literal sense, this thinnest of skim coats on the head onesies. There we go. Snap is what I'm looking for. So there we go. I've got number 1, number 2 on. I'm gonna grab my head. Ugh. Make sure it's the right side up. Throw that half down. And then the most important part that I was fearing I would forget are the deflector tins on the bottom side. So here I am, almost forgetting them. And if I put it in the correct way, it'd probably go a little smoother. Maybe. Oh, come on. There we go. Hey, Yahtzee. So, what they do is allow the air to go through between the two and then split off so it cools the bottom sides of the cylinders a little better. There are super cool tins out there. I've never ran them, mostly because I'm relatively new to the Volkswagen world. So, relatively. I do have actually a really good network. The Calgary Vintage Volkswagen Association is, I'm from Calgary. And they are a trove of knowledge, as well as the Samba, pretty much any Volkswagen forum, decorum, what have you. It obviously doesn't call for it because these are not ARP fasteners, but I still use just a touch of ARP assembly lube on everything, just in case there's any whatever, it's what I do. Deal with it. So, now you're probably wondering, oh, Jamie, you forgot your pushrod tubes. No, I didn't, because I got some beautiful new scat ones all ready to go, pre-assembled. O-rings are on. I got the insides of the tubes oiled up. I got the O-rings oiled up. I got a little cheat sheet here for my torque specs and sequence. Last time I did this, I just used my phone, but I'm using my phone to record today for you, all 8 of you subscribers. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yay. So, tell me, how's your day going? What's new? Oh, interesting. Excellent. There we go. The one thing that kind of sucked about ordering from CB, one, they're American, so they took, I don't want to say a while, it took probably a week and a half for them to get here, which isn't terrible at all. I don't think I paid for express shipping or anything, but they have a minimum $10 order. So the cylinder spacers were $8, $7.99. So I also got a Pushrod length checker tester, adjustable pushrod, so I can figure out what length of rod I need. And that was $10.99. And then shipping was another like $25, which I'm Canadian, so I'm used to getting screwed that way. Yeah, that's not the fun way either, so. So in the torque sequence, it is, according to what I've seen, 11 foot-pounds for the initial. And I'm a double clicker when I torque. Just in case I was shocking it or something. So I always click one, maybe one, there we go. Then click again. Four, five, this one. And I actually, just before I started recording, I just ran out of propane. So my heater's off, so it's a little cold in here. Never actually got to temp, so I gotta run out and grab some more propane and propane accessories. All right, so 11 foot-pounds on everything. We're just gonna double check now that we got it all down. There we go. 2, straight down is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another thing I really don't like is extensions while torquing. I figure they always make a long enough socket that you should be able to get into most places. So if you can avoid it, avoid it. So I got a 15 mil deep socket. Second step's 23 foot-pounds. I'm like, I just had this thing calibrated not that long ago. I got some cheap torque wrenches, and I got some, I don't want to say really expensive because I've had them forever, so they more than paid for themselves. But these are, I used my snap-ons for this. This is a 3/8 drive. It goes up to 75 foot-pounds. 2, 3. So, I'm in no rush doing this. Take your time, it's not going to hurt anything. And coming from a small block Chevy world, 23 foot-pounds for a head bolt seems really fucking loose to me. But the Germans aren't always wrong. I mean, there were some aspects of what they've done that they were totally wrong, but generally speaking. we're just gonna go over them again now that everything's cinched down. 23. 23. I also had, I guess this was about 4 weeks ago, had a beautiful, pristine, circa 1999 Honda Civic that got stolen, so I'm fairly upset about that, but the good news is I did not have insurance on it, so if I get the fucking thing back, I'm probably going to turn that into some sort of project depending what condition it's in. I'm honestly hoping the engine is blown and the body is still actually in good shape, because that will aid everything. So, for my master plan, I had some of these bolts turn a fair amount on my second round, so I'm just going over them again. Like I said, doesn't take a lot of time. I got nothing but time. Although I probably should go inside and eat something today. So, there we go. Head's torqued on. That makes me a happy panda. So, pushrod tubes. Beautiful golden 2-piece spring. I got the inside of the tube lubricated. I got the O-rings lubricated. The one thing I've been figuring, this is probably common knowledge to most people, but the small end should be on the head side while the big end is on the block side. That way you're not trying to go up a step to drain back into the block. I've never put in pushrod tubes that are 2-piece, so this is probably going to be hilarious when one springs up and whacks me in the face. But oh my god, that spring is strong. Holy fucking shitballs. Woo. There we go. So yeah, that should keep everything nice and sealed. These do have, if I can get it off, a metal sleeve washer, and it is slightly cupped. I don't know if that's coming across on camera or not. So I got the cups facing towards the seals. That way I get a little more pressure on the outer lip of the seal as opposed to pushing on the center of the seal. That to me makes more sense. And hopefully I am not incorrect in my thought process. But time will tell. Or one of you guys will tell. Yay! The other thing that I liked, the theory on using pushrod tubes opposed to the factory ones, or installing them prior, is you don't have that any force pushing the head up as you're torquing down. So perhaps it's more consistent across the board. Whether it is or not, don't know, don't care. These are just my theories. Holy fuck, they need to make this spring slider. And that was a can of brake clean that's apparently empty. So the other thing I've been doing all weekend while my roommates are out is painting and baking. This is just high temp engine enamel. Duplicolor makes it, I want to say. Yeah, sounds about right. This is unfortunately Ford blue. I'm a Chevy guy through and through, so the Ford blue kind of kills me in the heart hole, but it matches the buggy. So actually this might be a little lighter than the buggy. And like I was telling you before, motherfucker, you guys caught this too, didn't you? I forgot to put my head shims in. the 30 thou. So right now I only got the 90 thou, but as I was saying, like I was doing before, the I'm using button head Allen bolts everywhere because they look a lot nicer, clean up a lot nicer, and they don't strip out like a fucking flathead. Fuck, that pisses me off. Oh, son of a fuck. Alright, I'm going to shut the camera off. Maybe I'll time lapse this. We'll see. So that crisis is now averted. I'm just throwing my rocker shaft on here to keep this one from getting dirty because I already hauled it out. So I'm going to use my new $11 just so I could get my shit shipped to me goddamn pushrod checker when I get some free time. Check that, and have to go get some cut to length push rods. Actually, maybe I should see if comp cams will make them that big. I don't know what the actual length on these are, 11 5/8, something around that, but yeah, I got more good news today. The thing that is going to put this thing way over budget, but make it hopefully survive, it's not in yet, but it got ordered today, so, and it should be in hopefully by the end of the week. So I get to do a video on that. I still got to do fuel system, which I've been saying for like 2 months now. What else do I got to do? Wiring and electrical, just how I'm wiring my buggy. Not saying you should wire anything like this ever, but like I said, it's just how I'm doing mine, and perhaps the reasoning behind why I'm doing it in the all kinds of fucked up way that I am. Oh shit, I need those two, and I need my 4mm. Oh, another good thing, I just got a new 4mm snub nose ball end Allen key, because my old one someone borrowed and never returned. So my Matco dealer was in today, so I got that. That makes me a happy panda. This is all probably, well, it will be coming off again, but just for the time being, mostly to get it out of my living room. I'm just gonna throw it on. When I do install it final, I'm gonna have washers, and gonna use some anti-seize in here, so because stainless steel and aluminum don't like each other, so avoid the bi-metal corrosion by anti-seizing. Anti-seize is your friend. I'm not going to throw the carbs on either. There will be a bag going over this because these have been drying for a week now, after they're baked in the oven at 300 degrees for 2 hours. So there we go. But yeah, they look good. I'm happy with them. They are OE tints. It was a bitch to sand and clean and get them looking as good as they do, and they probably will not survive that long looking that good. But a man can dream, can't he? So yeah, I'm gonna go grab one of my valve covers, throw it on, and probably make some food and go to bed because it's late. So for the time being, well, thank you very much for joining me. Yeah, have yourself a great night. Comment below somewhere down here, maybe down here. Anyhow, comment. Let me know I'm being an idiot or doing something right or helping you out or you've done it 1,000 times and your way is way better, don't care. Just comment something so I know someone is watching. All right, have a good one.